Welcome to your community update. I'm Angela Stepp. Thanks so much for joining us today. If you are joining us on WSOT TV, we say a great big welcome and thank you for your viewership. If you're joining us on demand or streaming us live on the YouTube channel, we appreciate you being here and ask that you would please click the like or subscribe button there so that you can follow all of the local content that we bring to you each and every week live on Wednesdays. And of course, you can always go back and share that information on demand. Well, we have an outstanding guest with us here in the studio today. His name is Ray Johnson, and he is one of the founders of the big fly-in cruise-in event that happens every year at the Marion Airport. And we are so glad that he is here to share with us about the 33rd annual fly-in cruise-in event. Ray, welcome. Thank you for being here. So glad that you're joining us.
Thank you, Angela. 33 years.
That's outstanding.
I think I'm getting old. I think.
No, that's just a number. Age is just a number.
Well, we're very excited about it. People ask me, what's the best fly-in cruise-in you've ever had? And I always say, the last one.
Yes.
The very last one.
They just top each other year after year. You improve.
But they've all been wonderful.
Yes.
And all for a good cause. We're doing it for Grant County Rescue Mission.
Yes. Let's talk about that. So, Ray, the fly-in cruise-in event, this is a fundraiser community event. And it's a twofold thing. So it's not just a fundraiser. It's an event all on its own, freestanding. But if you want to help benefit the local Grant County Rescue Mission, there's a big pancake breakfast.
That's right.
So this is the 33rd year that you've done that. So to talk about the event itself, this is a air show, but it's more than just aircraft. It's vintage, classic vehicles, motorcycles, tractors, assorted, right?
Autocycle.
Autocycles
you remember
as
the autocycles?
well.
Yes,
Yes, I do. I got to go for a ride in one of those autocycles. That was so much fun. It looks like a little miniature airplane, but
They're
actually
an enclosed motorcycle.
Yes, it's an enclosed motorcycle. And oh, did we have a lot of fun. And your wife, Judy, took me on a great ride. She's a wonderful driver, I might add.
She has one. She's owned that thing for 22 years.
There's quite a following, isn't there?
There is. I think she's getting older too.
You know, we're not going to talk about that. Let's move on to the pancake breakfast right now.
Well,
No, but seriously, though.
Well, the fly-in, we started it in 1991.
Yes.
And I never dreamed that it would ever grow to what it is today. Never thought after 33 years we'd still be doing it, but we absolutely love doing it. It's really an all-out community event.
And it's free.
And it's free. It's free admittance. It's free parking. It's free registration to all the show vehicles.
Yes.
Okay? And the only thing you can spend money on is an all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast. That's $10. I think children under, what is it, Judy, under 12 is $5 or something.
There's a reduced cost for children.
There's a reduced for children. But it's
all you can eat pancake breakfast.
and sausage and every single dime in the breakfast goes to the Grant County Rescue Mission. And it's all about volunteers too. We had 210 volunteers doing all the pancakes.
That's a huge number when you think about 210 people coming to make. It's all fresh made that morning.
It's all made that morning. Cracker Barrel furnishes all the pancake mix.
Really?
Yeah, so thanks to Cracker Barrel for that.
So if you like Cracker Barrel pancakes, this is a great place to come for breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, and so then outside we have about another 30 volunteers, including our 3 announcers, you and Jason and Steve Wright. Everybody volunteers their time to make this happen. So we couldn't do that without all of our nice sponsors that make this all, that help us pay the bills.
That's so true. You know, what we need to do is let everybody know when this is happening, because I think you're now interested and you have a little bit of an idea of what's coming, right, to Marion Airport. So it's going to be happening Labor Day weekend, and it's actually on Saturday, August the 31st at the Marion Airport. and it runs from 7 a.m. until about 2 in the afternoon. And we'll be talking a little bit later in this program about some of the featured aircraft that are going to be there on site, because there's always a historical featured aircraft or 2 or 3 or more that are going to be present at the fly-in cruise, and we'll be sharing with you about that a little bit later on. But if you want to come, know that it is going to be this Saturday of Labor Day weekend, and it's 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. for the pancake breakfast. They stop serving at lunchtime, so at noon, but the event lasts until around 2 p.m. And now, Ray, you were just saying that this is a free event. Now, I'm thinking parking. How do we handle parking? Do we have to pay for parking? Is it free?
It's free.
It's free. And is there admission, is there like, you know, a general area and then like a VIP and you have to pay admission to get in there? Or is it free everywhere?
It's free. We do have a small handicap lot. It does fill up soon. But if you have somebody that has trouble walking, they could be dropped off at the gate, and our folks will help get them to where they need to go. But we have a north parking lot and a south parking lot, and we have the Civil Air Patrol are out there helping people park their cars. And the secret to the Flying Cruise In, now I'm going to whisper this is a secret, is to get there early. And people think 7 o'clock. Well, let me just say this, by 8 o'clock in the morning, we are rocking and rolling out there.
Yes.
The pancakes are going, and the earlier you get there, it just seems like the pancakes and sausage and coffee and milk and orange juice all taste better.
It just does, you know, before that sunrise happens, really, you know, and I'm up around 3:30 that morning, and I know that you and Judy and the rest of the organizers, that y'all maybe aren't sleeping that night because of the excitement that's coming to be able to get ready, because all of those vintage aircraft, they start flying in, and a lot of them wait until that sunrise point because, you know, they're vintage.
That's
right?
exactly right.
Classic historical aircraft, and they need to be able to, they don't have all the fancy lighting systems and everything that today's modern aircraft have.
That's exactly right. So they want daylight, but they're poised out there all around. We have airplanes fly in from all the surrounding states, and so just as soon as it gets light, the airplanes will start coming in. That's another reason why why you should be there early.
Yeah, you don't want to miss them all coming in at once.
That's the entertainment. Plus all the arrivals of the vintage cars, all the motorcycles, and we're really a transportation show.
Yeah.
So there's lots of picture taking opportunities. You can take a picture. We have a bunch of old tractors out there, and you can take a picture of an old tractor with an airplane in the background. So if you like to do photography, there's not a better place.
Oh, that's so true. And we have so many people from around the area, but that come from out of state to bring their classic vehicle, whether it's aircraft or, you know, the antique tractors, farm equipment, et cetera. They all come from out of state to this event. And really, a lot of people have equated, that are familiar with the aircraft world, they've equated the air show portion to Oshkosh. They have the big, they're the name-dropping, you know, event, right?
Well,
everybody knows the vintage aircraft
We go to Oshkosh, we're very involved. Actually, it's where we make a lot of contacts. A lot of the airplanes that come, while we're up at Oshkosh, we offer invitations for them to come and tell them about it. I can't say that we're compared to Oshkosh, but what we do is use some of the ideas that they have up there. For example, we have trash cans everywhere. We call it Oshkosh rules. As people are walking around, if they see a piece of paper on the ground, you just pick it up and throw it in the trash can. And when the day's all over, you look around, the grounds are all in great shape. So that's an idea that we get from Oshkosh.
Yeah.
But we do make a lot of contacts and promote. We pass out literally hundreds of these flyers.
We need to make sure to share with people how they can find out more information. So you have a website.
Yes.
And you have a YouTube channel.
We do. Our website, flyincruisein.com, and we invite you to take a look. It'll tell you all about the breakfast. It'll tell you about our feature airplane that we're going to tell you about here in a little bit. And then our YouTube channel is youtube.com/flyincruisein. And there is absolutely absolutely 30 years of videos and pictures and all kinds of things of the past fly-ins. So if you've came in the past and brought a car or an airplane, it's possibly on there, or you might see yourself walking around there.
You know, that's fabulous that you
Yeah.
have taken, because you used to produce a program that we broadcast here on WSOT TV
Yes.
for years. It was called the Fly-In Cruise-In Video Magazine.
That's right.
And that is something that you've kind of moved on from. But all of that classic footage is now being put online as a tribute to the history of the Fly-In Cruise-In event.
Well, that's right.
And so people for years have been coming and bringing their children, and then their children grow up, and then they start bringing their children. And so that history is there on that YouTube channel.
I know, we look at some of those pictures and we realize that we were younger and we were skinnier and all that kind of thing.
That's always fun to see, isn't it? Yeah?
But Inga Hart is our producer of Flying Cruise and Video Magazine. She's now working, she's taking those 30-minute programs and breaking them down to little 3-minute segments, and we're putting them up on our YouTube channel. So we'd invite you to take a look and see what we've done in the past.
You know, one of the things that we want to talk about are the featured aircraft. And again, we're going to do that because you've got a 1942 Douglas C-53, the Beach City Baby, it's going to be there. And then you have another plane that flew around the globe as well as to the North Pole. And I'm so excited to talk about that here in a moment. So those are things that are going to be at this event. But again, I want to stress to everybody that the event itself that is happening the Saturday of Labor Day weekend, that's August 31st, that is a free event.
Yes.
It is open to the public, and you have people that come to that event year after year, some that have never missed it, that they have been to every single event.
That's right.
And we get to hear from the different people that are there on display, the different display aircrafts and tractors and classic cars. So there's interviews happening from the people that are bringing in all those vehicles. Is there any cost, is there any kind of registration that people need to do if they want to bring a vehicle into
No,
this
no.
event?
Free registration to all the show vehicles, and if you come and you register, we give you a little dash plaque.
Yes.
Like this.
Uh-huh.
A little memento.
Yes.
And so we want you to register. That gives us a count of how many people are there.
Do they need to do that in advance, or can they just come the day of?
No, the day of, just come. We have a registration tent. UPS
Okay.
store furnishes the tent, and they sponsor that. So if you just come and register, it's all free. And but it gives us an idea how many people come and where from. So that's
Yes.
how we know that we're getting cars now and vehicles from all the surrounding states. Certainly the airplanes are from all around the states. We'll talk about Beach City Baby right now.
Yes, let's
Beach
talk
City
about
Baby,
that.
very exciting. It's this airplane right here. It's a Douglas C-53. If you're an airplane person, you've heard of C-47s and C-53s and DC-3s, and they're kind of the same airplane, kind of. But a C-47 was built for the military by Douglas. A C-53, what happened was they ran out of C-47s. And in World War II, these airplanes were needed. So the government called up the airliners and said, we need some of your airplanes. And so if they took an airliner and they converted it to a military airplane, they called it a C-53. And so that's what we have coming. And this airplane, totally a ground-up restoration. It looks exactly like it did in World War II when it was being used. They used those airplanes for paratroopers. They pulled gliders with them, humanitarian reasons, but a huge tool in World War II. So we're going to have that in Marion, and for any kind of donation, you can walk right through it. If you walk up and hand the folks at the C-53 $1, you can take your whole family, and you can walk right up in this airplane.
So now I want to let everybody know, the reason that we're saying for any kind of donation is that, and we were just talking about this being a free event, that it is truly a free event, and this is one of a couple featured aircraft, and that's a specific, that's the little caveat there. This is a nonprofit organization that is bringing that aircraft in, and it is truly, it's a flying World War II memorial to veterans, right?
Absolutely. That's exactly what it is.
And it costs money to maintain this, and so you have sponsors that have helped to come alongside and make it possible to bring these featured aircraft in. But in terms of being able to go in and tour, that is a donation item that's appreciated so that they can continue to maintain and bring the aircraft around.
That's how it helps bring it in. Costs a lot of gas, but if you can imagine the insurance and everything to keep an airplane like that going, that helps with the costs. And so any donation.
Any donation, there's no price tag on it. It's just an
We want everybody
appreciation.
to get an opportunity to see this airplane. The pilots that bring it in, all volunteers. The people that maintain it, the crew chief and all that, they're all volunteers.
They're with Vintage Wings Incorporated.
That's right.
Out of Pennsylvania.
Franklin, Pennsylvania. So we're really excited about this. And surrounding the airplane, we have a group here that are from our local area. We're going to build a World War II encampment. So we're going to have old Jeeps, half tracks. The amateur radio folks are going to be here. They're going to set up their radio setup. It's going to look just like a World War II encampment that you would, be operating out of in World War II.
A true piece of history reenacted.
That's
right
correct.
there at the Marion Airport. And again, if you are just joining us here on WSOT TV, we want to let you know we are talking with Ray Johnson of the Fly-In Cruise-In, and they are about to have their 33rd annual Fly-In Cruise-In event at the Marion Airport. It's going to be Labor Day weekend on August the 31st, and it's going to run from 7 a.m. until about 2 p.m. And there's an all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast that is a fundraiser effort for the local Grant County Rescue Mission. Now, Ray, they're going to be bringing in the vintage aircraft that morning of, or are they going to bring it in the night before so that it's in place and ready?
The C-53 will be coming in on Friday, the day before. You might, if you're living in the area, you may see it flying around a little bit.
And you can hear them too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
When the C-53 comes in, if it flies over near where you live, it has a distinct sound.
It does.
You'll know this is a different airplane. So it'll be in here on Friday afternoon, and you'd be welcome to come out and drive by and take a look, but it won't be open to the public until Saturday morning.
Right.
And then also, we're excited to announce, this just happened.
Okay.
The night
So we've got breaking news.
It's breaking news.
Yeah.
It's not up on the website yet. It's
No.
not anywhere. We have a gentleman from Virginia flying a vintage 1962 Beach Bonanza. Now, many people have heard what a Beach Bonanza is. A Beach Bonanza is normally just a four-place passenger airplane that people, private pilots would fly around. But this gentleman took this 1962 Beach Bonanza, completely took it apart, completely rebuilt it, and he did everything himself, including the engine, all the engine work and everything. But he repurposed it by putting wing tanks, little tanks on the wingtips, and his goal was to fly it around the world. And he did that. He flew this airplane around the world. After that trip went really, really well, he thought, what else can I do with my airplane? And so he flew it across the North Pole. Now, this is a single-engine airplane. It's a vintage airplane. And when you fly around the world, or if you fly across the North Pole, you're flying over large, large bodies of water.
Yes.
So
in very cold conditions.
very cold conditions. And he did this solo.
Solo. He didn't
Solo.
have a oh my
No
gracious.
co-pilot. He did this solo.
What a feat.
His name's Adrian Eichhorn, and Adrian's going to be here with the airplane. He's going to be standing out in front of the airplane, and the folks can come and visit with him, look at the airplane, and he'll answer questions. And incredible opportunity for us to have him here.
Yeah, the stories,
Yeah.
I'm sure, that he can share.
Oh, my goodness.
And just to be able to go and see this vehicle that, how, if you are in the world of aviation yourself, you have an interest in it, just to go see how he modified,
That's
not
right.
only, it was a 1962, you said?
Yes, 19.
So,
yeah.
it's not a brand-new aircraft, right?
No,
So
but
you
it looks
can-
brand new.
Does it?
It does. It's so well done.
And I'm
that-
guessing navigation and things of today, that's not something that he has, or did he upgrade that
No,
to hold?
that's the interesting part. He
Yeah?
took this vintage airplane. When you look inside of it, it looks like an airliner. He's got all the latest equipment, all kinds of satellite things. But there's just interesting things that he talks about. When you go across the North Pole, his compass goes, can you imagine when he's
Yeah,
going
with
to
the Earth's
his
magnetic.
compass doesn't know what to do. So he has to go to his electronics to be sure that he's where he should be. So, yes, it's a vintage airplane, but on the inside looks like an airliner.
Wow, and how much courage that must have
Oh,
taken
my
as
goodness.
well.
My
And
goodness.
planning.
Oh,
You
planning.
can't, there's
Yeah,
no room
yeah.
for error.
Yes.
You gotta rely on yourself. If you're tired, you gotta just figure out how to get through it if you're over a large body of water.
That's right.
And wow, to be able to go around the world, the stories that he could share just by the places that he landed
Oh,
and got
yes.
to visit while he was
You know,
there.
some countries are not as friendly to a private pilot
This
as
is true.
ours.
They're maybe a little
he
more
has-
suspect,
he had-
yeah.
He had to deal with all those kind of things.
Wow,
And he did keep in touch. He had somebody back by satellite radio, so people knew where he was at all times. But, I can't even imagine doing
Yeah.
something like that. And so we're excited to have him here.
that is exciting. And like you said, that's breaking news. That's not on the website. You're
Yeah.
not gonna find that on the
No.
flyInCruiseIn.com, but you are going to find it at the Fly In Cruise In event on August 31st at the Marion Airport. Ray, for just a moment, because, we've got the all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast to benefit the Grant County Rescue Mission, and you can, just get in line and pay for your breakfast that morning, and it is all you can eat, and the Cracker Barrel pancake batter and the sausages, and oh, the air smells so good, let me tell you, because when I have been there over the last handful of years to help them see the event, there's no other experience like it. The fresh grilled pancakes, and then you got the sausages that are being cooked on demand, right? And then you also have all the vintage aircraft and classic vehicles, and the energy. It's unlike anything else. And it's an amazing thing to know that it's been going on for 33 years. Right here in our own hometown. And the Marion Airport is a beautiful facility. It truly is a gem in our community. There is a history to this event, and it is a free event, as we were talking about. It's family friendly, so you see strollers and families pushing their way through up to all ages,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
And it is something that started with a very humble intention, a very good intention, and it has obviously remained that way. But you originally started this to benefit the local high school band boosters.
That's right, that's right. Our daughter was in the band. They were looking for a fundraiser, and it was just an idea that dropped in my head. And I envisioned having 50 vintage cars, maybe get 20, 25 airplanes out there, and thus fly in, cruise in.
Yes.
And with the first year, it went way better than we ever imagined. And so we've just built it from there. I got with two other car guys, the late Mike Van Landingham, and Mike told me, I presented my idea, and Mike said, it'd be bigger than you can ever imagine. He said that. And Mike loved young people. He loved kids. And we lost Mike a few years ago, but he was so excited about the fly-in. And then Larry Williams. Larry Williams was also, he's also an antique, classic, and vintage car guy. And I mean, he just lives that life. And he said the same thing. And he said, if you'll get the airplanes, we'll get the cars. And that's how it's all came about.
And that's how it started.
Yeah.
And now look at it, 33
Yeah.
years later, and we've just got a couple minutes left, but I'm going to put you on the spot for a number here. So there are a ton of aircraft that fly in and out of that Marion Airport, and safety has been of the utmost priority, never had any issues. Roughly how many aircraft would you say go
Well,
through?
if we have really good
It's hard
weather.
to estimate, 'cause it's
we,
just-
we don't have a scientific way to count it, but we know roughly 200 airplanes. They're coming and going. We'll have 150 airplanes on the ground at once, around, mid-morning. Really quickly, I want to tell you, we're going to offer open cockpit biplane rides out there again.
Yes.
And there is a cost for that, but if you've ever wanted to fly in an open cockpit biplane, it's like flying a motorcycle. There's nothing like it. They'll be out there. We'll also have World War II T6. There are World War II airplane rides available for anybody who might want to do that. They're available. But if you want to come out, we hope that you'll buy a breakfast. We hope you'll support the Grant County Rescue Mission. But if you're not hungry or you don't like pancakes, we want you to come out anyway.
Yes, and you'll have a lot of fun. All right, so folks, we need to do a quick recap on this. So Ray, we are going to be seeing everybody at the Marion Airport August the 31st, 7 a.m. till 2 p.m.
That's right.
for the 33rd annual Fly-In, Cruise-In event, and that's your vintage aircraft, antique tractors, cars, and other kinds of assorted vehicles. Autocycles, those are so fun. And you've got the slingshots, and there's so many classic vehicles and unique
a little bit of
vehicles,
everything,
right? And so it is free, it is open to the public, it is family friendly, and again, Ray, it is truly an outstanding event in our community. And if you want to find out more, go to the website flyincruisein.com, and you can find out more about all of the vehicles and events that are going to be happening at that Fly-In Cruise-In event. And I want to remind everybody, if you are joining us live today on August the 31st here at the Community Update, we want to remind you that there is a nonprofit that we shared with you on the previous week about the Let My Light Shine fundraising effort. If you want to help this organization that puts solar lights on veterans' graves, and I thought with all of the classic vehicles that we're talking about today, this was a perfect chance to remind you, Applebee's. If you eat there today on August the 21st, they are going to be giving 15% of your check to benefit the Let My Light Shine nonprofit. So if you want to help them out, they would be greatly appreciative. And if you're catching us on WSOT TV, we want to remind you that we also have a YouTube channel, and it is very easy to find. Just look up WSOT-TV on YouTube, and you will find this program and many others all right there on demand for you to watch. And we would love for you to like or subscribe again on our YouTube channel. If you would like to support this outreach ministry of Sunnycrest Baptist Church, then we would ask that you stop by our website, sunnycrestchurch.org, find the donate button, click it, and choose WSOT TV. We've been broadcasting for over 40 years, and we are a nonprofit, and so you don't see advertising on this channel. It is supported truly through gifts and donations, and you can be one of those people. That's all the time that we have. Thanks so much for watching us today. Stay tuned for some more quality family programming that you can trust right here on Sunnycrest Outreach